Also last Friday, Canadian Prime Minister and former heartthrob Justin Trudeau announced the suspension of flights between Canada and Mexico from February 7th through April 30th, striking a huge blow to Mexico's tourism industry with a reported hit of $750 million with lost business. No more Canadians screaming for sunscreen. For more on this, let's have Gringo Show correspondent Julien Valois come back to us. Welcome more about this. Julien, we're at the show, but I just want to an incredible welcome back to the show. Julien was on the show a lot at the beginning of the show, but it's so great to see you back. How are you? And tell me, why is Justin Trudeau not a heartthrob anymore in worldview?
I'm doing great. It's great to be back on the show, Dan. Thanks for having me. Hello, everybody. Yes, maybe you've heard or read that the Trudeau stock has hit a bit of a downturn over the past few years in terms of his looks. He's known around Canada as Old Graybeard Wizard. He's getting a lot of gray, and he's no longer gracing the covers of Teen Beat magazine anymore.
Yeah, I feel like at 45, all of a sudden things start to shift for you, right?
Yeah.
Like I'm going to be 42.
Magazines, yeah.
Exactly. So, Julien, let's talk about this travel ban. It was pretty serious because it was announced. Surprisingly, why do you think the Canadian government made this announcement, and what was their concern in doing so, denying Canadians basically a place to escape the harsh Canadian winter?
That's it. This winter has been tough on Canadians, especially with the lockdowns and all the restrictions. And for those of you who are not too familiar with Canada, it's basically like a freezer put into another freezer floating on an iceberg. It's a very, very cold winter, and it lasts long. It's dark, it's windy, and so, yeah, Canadians sometimes need a break, and we often come down to Mexico or to other Caribbean destinations. And so people were trying to get out. And to be fair, the government did warn a few times the past few weeks, like, don't go traveling now. We might close all the flights. And it caught some people by surprise. But I think it was the right move overall to, this is not the right time for all kinds of traveling, but I think it was the right move.
Absolutely. When you're saying about cold weather, it must be that Canadians are staying inside doors. And they're saying is that a lot of times when people are indoors, that's when the virus spreads. How is the conditions in Canada right now?
So, I mean, most indoor spaces are completely closed, as in for public gatherings. I noticed, too, that there are people complaining a lot about ordering essential goods, or if they order something online or they go in a store to buy something, things are described as essential and non-essential. So people are having a lot of kind of frustration just buying things that they need, like envelopes and some other things that might not be super essential, but are still important for people's lives to continue functioning. And yeah, I think it was kind of like a strict kind of vibe. I actually went to Canada over this past January and had to rush back. I did a 14-day quarantine, and the police checked on me twice to make sure I was doing it, or they would have given me a hefty fine. Yeah, they also made a few calls too to check out, make sure I was there.
That's funny, because the Mexican police were checking on me, but they just wanted some beer.
Right. Yeah, I offered some beer to the Canadian cops, and it didn't go well.
Absolutely. All right. Show correspondent and proud Canadian Julien Valois, thanks so much for joining us. Really appreciate having you here.